turn, but I'll be stronger. Gotta want to dream again. Take me where I've never been. I wanna go there. This time I'm not scared. I am unbreakable. It's unmistakable. No one can touch me. Nothing can stop me.
Good evening, everyone, and we welcome you back to the Bacchus Pro Gaming Series 2017 Summer Split. Drive your energy. We'll be your casters for the Game 2 of Match 2. I am Vulcan, and with me is Atlas.
Of course, we just got back from Game 1 of this match. It was intense, coming from AEX, just completely dominating them by the end there. What happened there? What made that happen for AEX?
Because it was all about AEX capitalizing on the mistakes that ACA did, especially after the bot lane dive that went horribly wrong for ACA, especially a teleport play from the top lane Boy D, who tried to deny the first turret. That was just bad news, and because of that bad start, Murmur capitalized on all that.
He popped off that game. We'll see if that's the case.
His mechanics were crazy.
Yeah. We'll see if that's the case. Coming into the second game for our schedule, let's look at our schedule here. This is our second match, so we are past the halfway point for the stream today.
Wow.
I hope you've all been enjoying today's PGS. Of course, we'll be having Game 2. We'll see if Asian Arena can actually come back and strike back against the Empire.
And I hope that you guys are still in your game because we are still on our promo, the share and win. Remember that the mechanics are simple. I'll put it simply. There'll be a hashtag code coming up in the stream. Copy that hashtag code, paste it on your Facebook profile timeline, make it public, okay? Then make sure you post it with the stream's link. Make it a YouTube or Facebook, and share it there. If you post that, just the hashtag and no stream, I don't think you're eligible.
Count.
Yes, and we will have 5 mystery gifts for that.
Yeah, 5 mystery gifts for each hashtag actually, so it's very important you pay attention to what the hashtag is and also watch the stream. Of course, coming into this match, looking at the points for the standings for each of the teams, it's really crucial for AEX to continue this streak. Because, of course, playoffs will be like the top 4, right?
Yes,
but
correct.
It always helps to be above the rest. And of course, it's very difficult to catch up to TME. But if Acclaim Empire X can get more wins, they might actually have more points than IPT when the playoffs start.
And when that happens, that is bad news for Mineski or TNC, who's obviously they want to make it to the Rampage stage.
Yes.
This is the stage for the finals of the Bacchus Pro Gaming Series, and also your ticket, the team's ticket towards GPL and then Worlds, because
that's through the end game.
That's the end game. Because right now, in the new format changes, we will be having 2 slots for Worlds, which is very enticing to all these pro teams.
Yeah, because the last time we got into Worlds, of course, we didn't perform too stellar, but just the honor of being at the international stage is definitely important. Just being even in the Southeast Asian stage is definitely something of like a medal. It's a real honor for these teams, and they really are gunning for it.
Yes.
We're going to see if AEX continues their streak here, looking at the pick and bans. Always the focus on the Zac. Even though they are the first pick, it doesn't seem like they'll be picking it up because they might have a different composition in mind. We'll see if AEX can read through that.
Yes, and I hope for Asian Arena, they have to step it up. I mean, I always say it to every team that is struggling, but they have to shake it off. This is the PGS. Top 8 teams, expect that you will be on your wits' end and you will have to really work your way up. Sweat, tears, and everything come into play.
Definitely. Looking at the other bans, lots of jungle bans coming from Asian Arena, and AEX, we'll see what their third ban will be. It seems like there's a good spread of bans. Might even be a Kennen ban against Luxuria. Could also be against Boydi. So it's very flexible as well. So is the Jarvan ban. And these are all just very generic, good functioning bans.
Yes.
It's like if you don't have anything too specific in mind, you ban these champions. These are in the pool.
And sometimes it actually works.
Yeah.
And now we see AEX, they're actually banning out the Caitlyn, probably from Luxuria, but we did see Mermu on that Caitlyn. But this time we're seeing an Asian Arena. From that game 1, we saw how the bot lane turned up, but I think that's because of the lead they got.
Yeah.
And knowing that, Asian Arena still left it open. The Braum and Kalista combo is still up for grabs. And if Cannon locks in that Sejuani and a Braum, that is just 4 stuns in total.
Yeah. That's a lot of lockdown that could
nightmare.
be possible because, yeah, you know, Permafrost, the passive is almost like Concussive Strikes, but it's spread out through your entire team. So any melee champion can stack those up. Seems like ACA might go for some revenge here. Luxuria can play that Kalista. We'll see if they can pull off the combo as well. And imagine this, whether this Galio's mid lane or top lane, imagine when the skirmish, it's just a tease. He's teasing us, man. Luxuria, you are teasing us. If it is the Jinx pick, okay, he's really playing with our hearts here, but let's wait for the final lock.
Maybe your heart's not yet ready for it.
Oh man. I mean, Kalista did get stabbed in the heart with a spear.
Oh
Like, it seems like he will lock it in though. We'll see if they can go for the wombo combo. Because imagine this, whoever the black spear is on, and then he gets the ultimate onto someone, and then Hero's Entrance follow-up. That's crazy. We're going to see if they are able to pull it off. AEX going for Karma and Tristana for the bot lane. Mirmo on a hyper carry.
It's like this. Right now, Asian Arena's lineup looks really good in paper at front. It's like when you buy, let's say, a fruit basket, you think it's full. And when you actually open up the fruit basket, turns out there's just styrofoam at the bottom. You just got scammed. And this is actually the composition that Asian Arena is playing because at first it looks good. It's up to them to make it work. And if they don't make it work, I think they're just going to get styrofoam.
Just
well,
completely...
I experienced that kasi. I got scammed.
Get scamazed there. It will be the case if ACA doesn't get their act together. And with these unconventional pick, it will be a lot of pressure onto Luxuria and Morai the Boy to have this really good synergy in the bot lane.
Look at that. That would be a lock-in onto a Sion. Interesting.
Man.
I love it. I'm pretty sure Sion can go both ways. Probably the top or the jungle. But when it comes to how AX likes to play, most likely the Sion will be going to the top lane. I'm not sure. It is a possibility. But on Asian Arena's side, let's see.
A lot of damage if they lock in the
I
Zyra.
like it. Luxuria on a Kalista with Marita Boy on a Lulu looks pretty solid. As for Eiko on an Ari.
So all of this, quite a solid front line here on with Zenavla and Boydi.
Yes.
Really good burst coming from Eiko. And if Luxuria is protected very well, he can just stack up those spears and then rend them completely. As for AEX,
would be
man,
jungle Sion.
very survivable.
We have yet to see a jungle Sion.
They have yet to see like a Sion in pro play for a while.
Let's see. Will it be a miracle for AX to pull it off? But leave it to one of the X champions.
That's true.
To pull this one off.
But as Arctic said, this is like almost a completely different roster.
Yes.
We'll be seeing if they can pull the same unconventional playstyle that the previous AEX was known for.
Fill in the shoes.
Yeah, but looking at this, it seems to be... I'm worried about the Sejuani. Because yes, Sejuani is very strong on her own, but having only 2 melee champions really cuts down on the effectiveness of Permafrost a lot. We'll be seeing if they can pull off the same kind of effectiveness with only 2 melee champions. But of course, the utility from the Karma and the survivability and sheer damage from the Vladimir, plus the infinite scaling, almost infinite scaling of a Tristana, could actually make up for that. Very solid front line here, but also for Asian Arena.
I love the draft so far for Asian Arena. Looks pretty solid. Let's hope it works well. Like I said, it looks good at itself. Like
it's on paper, it looks very good.
It looks very. You can think of a lot of ways they can use it, but when it comes to actual play, it's up to them, their mechanics, their cooperation as a team to leave it. But I think actions speak louder than words. Let's see it on the Rift.
All right, let's get into it. Asian Arena versus AEX. One of ACA's last chances to get more points so they get out of relegation range, off the relegation range. We'll be seeing if they can pull this off. 1-1, or will it be a 2-0 sweep by AEX? Let's see how our teams play out their level 1s.
And also for AEX, they want that clean sweep if they want to have a better spot when it comes to the playoffs. They do not want to be at the bottom where it's a test of endurance. But we did see from the last split that IPT made it from the bottom and clawed their way up. That's hot.
We'll be seeing how all that plays out, definitely. How are these teams going to play out their level 1s? Because this is very important. Like, having the early lead, not just like in fighting, but in the terms of the pathing. Because both of these have junglers have pretty slow first clears. They are tanks. So, but I actually peg it onto Zinavla to clear much faster than the Sion. I've actually have not seen jungle Sion in months, in years.
I think I'm gonna disagree on you with that because, in my opinion, I think Sion does clear faster than a Sejuani if he's level 3. But when it comes to the start of the jungle, okay, give this an alpha.
We're gonna see it, yeah, definitely. In the first clears, Zinavla will be much faster, but that is like the kind of thing that dictates where you're gonna path, where you're gonna gank or counter gank. We'll see though. AEX.
Marata boy getting some hits in. Mermo though on a Tristan, interesting that it kind of follows the same mechanic as a Caitlyn, but Marata boy is taking a lot of punishment.
It's kind of similar in that they have long range, yes.
Yes.
But the power spikes are definitely different.
Ooh, Marata boy very gutsy here. Look at that, almost down to 20% health. That is
really paying off though.
Is it paying off? Because I think Kurosu will just regenerate that just in the nick of time, because on a Karma you have to shield and sustain. But I like how Morata Boy plays this very aggressive. Wants to try and zone out the ADC so that Luxuria will have an easier time.
They do have both the Ignite, so playing aggressively, something that they do want. Just have the kill pressure. What's interesting is that Luxuria does not have the Black Spear on anyone yet.
He likes to do that because right now it's like this. You don't want to. You have to wait out the perfect timing to look for that special someone. Stab them in the heart and use their soul for your own greed. That's how Luxuria is going to play. Because if you actually put it very early on, it's actually very difficult for him. But leave it to Luxuria to play
twisted.
with the heart.
Well, Luxuria is named after the Latin word for sin after all. That is twisted. But yeah, it seems like he might be saving it for Zinabla later.
Or someone better.
Or even Boydi. The thing is, if he goes onto Zinavla, Zinavla gets another gap closer with the Fate's Call.
Oh, wow.
And then add to that the range of the Body Slam and then Hero's Entrance. That is a possibility. The trade-off for that is that you lose so much damage in the laning phase.
Yeah, normally I think it would be onto Zinavla.
You won't be able to use the Sentinel's passive to actually deal so much damage to the opposing laners. But it seems like they're not too bothered by it, just constantly pushing the bot lane of AEX in.
Yeah, bind yourself to Zinavla, throw him into the middle of the fight. If things go bad, use the explosive cask and call in Boydi for the help.
And it seems like Tamsu might be going for some counter jungling here. The Blast Cone is available for him, is it?
He's gonna go all backside, but we do see that Zinavla is there.
Because of the camps that were cleared by Zinavla, it seems like AX knows what's up.
Echo has the flash ready. He's a bit too far from the wall. Gets knocked off by the snatch blow. Awaken goes towards Echo. Echo does not have more flash. Here comes Zinavla for this. Awaken gives the first blood to ACA, but it'll be Kurosu getting the revenge kill. And now Mermu. This is deja vu.
Oh man, 201
already.
At almost 5 minutes.
This is the same situation we saw. When something happens in the bot lane, ACA tends to overcommit, and that just makes Mermo happier.
201 means that the mid-game slump of a Tristana is kind of mitigated, because the power spike for Tristana is valley-shaped. Very strong in laning, weak in the mid-game when she hasn't built her items, and late game is just absolutely phenomenal. But his actually puts a buffer on her mid game. Her early game is already very, very good, and having Mirmo 201 means that his mid game, once we get to around 15 minutes, will be much, much easier. Luxuria's gonna have a harder time because at this point in the game, Kalista cannot match the damage that Mirmo can put out at such a short frame of time. Of course, the rend is painful, but when it comes to an actual combat situation, Luxuria will just suffer if the support's able to get some shields onto Mirmo.
Mirmo pretty feeling confident because he does have the red buff. In time, he will regenerate it back, but that's going to be something that he has to watch out for, especially Morita Boy on that Lulu.
Does not have the Ignite any longer. It's like, yeah, that overcommitment to the bot lane costs a lot of resources for both of these teams, but especially ACA.
That's just bad news for ACA. They have to really. This is deja vu. Okay, this is now their second chance. Should we let this setback trouble us? No, this is PGS. We are a pro team, so let's show them off their shot.
Yeah, we'll see how ACA can recover from that. They're not out of the game yet. 2-0-1 isn't as bad as being suddenly 4-0. That is something that they can bank on. If they can survive in lane, the Kalista will be very, very scary. As long as Luxury can match the CS as well, coming from Mirmo. But at this point in the game, it might be very, very difficult for Zenobla to continue the pressure. Has to constantly look for these ganks, but these are so hard to actually take down. Cannon is very tanky, and when your top lane is also a tank and your jungler is a tank, you're hard pressed to actually get any kills. And mid lane, it's so hard to gank a Vladimir.
Oh, and also,
he might be
look,
going
look
for
how
it.
Cannon played with Voidy, forcing out his flash. Now Cannon's very low. He does have the Undying. Let's see if he might go in. No jungler spotted yet, but just from that playstyle, you saw the Voidy try to make his approach inside, but Cannon just sidesteps it, goes back with the Arctic Assault. So that's something that Voidy has to consider.
Has to respect that.
Yeah, when it comes to mechanics, I think Cannon is better than Voidy. Just from that top lane duel itself.
Just from looking at the two games, actually, it seems like Cannon may be mechanically superior. As well as the pick, I think that having the Sejuani around is definitely big. Having the permacost, the damage is actually huge early in the game. Looking at it, however, it's still, yeah, as I said, it's hard for Zenobla to get any good ganks. Might be a chance for this one, though.
He actually overstepped that.
There is no flash for Boydu, so there's no threat of a taunt flash happening, but he has to back off here.
And here are the Keystone Masteries of our teams. Interestingly, we are seeing an Undying on that Sejuani. Normally we'd see a Courage of the Colossus, but Undying is pretty good when it comes to duel.
I really prefer Grasp of the Undying on Sejuani, even if you're going jungle. Because you're already going to be very tanky once you go in. The shield really helps from Colossus, but I think having the Grasp of the Undying lets you actually stay in the fight a lot longer. With the mini life, with the pseudo lifesteal that it contains.
Here it comes.
Oh man, look at that.
Going in. All have in. Oh, misses Morai the boy. Flash, burn, heal also. However, Tamzu will be getting away thanks to Kurosa's speed boost. What?
Oh man.
What a force gank from AEX. Paying off.
That is one of the powers of Sion that we overlooked. We forgot that his ult just allows you to force these lane ganks. That was surprising. I didn't actually hear the sound of the war cry that signals that there is a Sion ulting somewhere. They should have expected that. And even then, it was too late. Just Tamsu running in the 90s. He's constantly drifting towards the bot lane. He actually gets a kill again onto Mirmo. Actually, the assist, but still, the experience as well as the small gold is still putting Mirmo ahead in terms of the power spike. Look at that.
Walks off the tether. Mirmo taking some third hits, gets bursted down. There's the proc from the Thunderlords.
Polymorph saved him. Because otherwise Mirmo would have dived in.
Zenobla
A four-man gang.
coming in short, coming in hot. Zenobla takes kill. Oh! Clutch flash by Mirmo saves his life.
Leaves his support behind. How is AEX going to respond to this? 4 men in the bot lane. How are they going to trade? Seems like they don't really have any resources to trade for it.
Yeah, if Mirmo did not flash, he would have been displaced further away. So that's actually a pretty clutch flash. Now ACA, they might just take
the teleport. Luxurious very low. This might be very dangerous. Look at that cannon.
Cannon gets CC locked down, taking a lot of damage. The Ren just destroyed him. Luxuria didn't see any trouble at that.
It might be pushing away the first third of the game, however, but they're still going strong. 5 members now here in the bot lane. 3 members to defend. Can they do it?
Charm. Boydy taking some third hit. There's the Wild Girl. Boydy survives the dive. Boydy gets taken out by Awaken. Awaken goes in for the flash. Nope. There's the Ghost.
And they still go for it.
I don't think they will.
They cannot. That was a very questionable teleport coming from Cannon. Like, even if Awaken was on his way, the lockdown available for ACA down there in the bot lane after he teleports would be too much. I think he overestimated the speed Awaken could go to the bot lane.
Oh, here comes Zenobla. Does not have the mana. He does land the slow from the Kurosu, but there is that slow from the Inner Flame, so that would be a disengage. I like how when there's a game between this ACA and AEX, when there's one kill, it's like a piranha. It's like a feeding festival. When the first blood gets dealt, these teams, both of these teams tend to go all out. I mean, look at that Cyan gank just going ham.
Constantly aggressiveness every time there's an opportunity. It reminds me a lot of how Jenski plays, but looking at this, it's a lot more bloodthirsty than how Jenski played in the previous match. We'll be seeing if it pays off for either of these teams, because, oh my god,
look at the
AOE.
damage going for the Karma. Kurozu really delivering the pain to Nalva.
No mana.
No mana for the body slam, has to back away.
It's gonna be very dangerous.
He still didn't recall after having no
He should
mana.
have recalled, because even if he has constant recovery in health with his passive, the mana is still something that you have to take into consideration. Mirmo, it's going to be very dangerous if Luxurious stays. He does have the potion ticking, but Mirmo, if he gets a few shots on him with explosive shot, and then the... oh, here comes another gang. Deja vu!
Tamze goes in for the ram. He does not connect onto Luxuria. Luxuria hops away, but it will be Mirmo securing the kill. Hops onto Marata Boy.
Oh, man.
He's on a killing spree.
Has to jump
But
out.
away, Eiko still chasing down Tamzu. The heal won't save him. That's a double. Tamzu is as stubborn as a bull. That's not.
Wow, look at all
The
that damage.
passive damage is just huge. Eiko.
And because he's very low, this leaves AEX free to push in this bot lane. They might get first turret of the game
I think
here.
they will get it.
They definitely will. Wow. The decisiveness of Tamsu to just drift to the bot lane. And that was a repeat gank. As soon as they heard the war cry, they should have expected Tamsu to get there. It's deja vu. I've been in this place before, says Tamsu as he drifts to the bot lane. And it actually gets a successful gank. Even though it was a trade, they were able to get first hit of the game, which is big. Let's break that down. Like, Tamsu doesn't have a lot of room to actually charge up the distance, but it's still enough for him to close the distance, get the damage onto Luxuria. Of course, Eiko is around here to assist his team. But at this point, because Mirmo is getting resets and Moraita Boy is so low, that means this is a 2v2 in this situation, but Mirmo being able to safely get out, still able to survive and get those kills, crucial kills, onto a hyper carry are dangerous. So here, of course, the damage, the passive, the usage of the passive is definitely good here because it guarantees the bot lane turret, and the first turret of the game is huge in terms of the gold spike.
And the first turret was taken out by Murmu and Awaken. That is huge.
And Kurosu might be in a little trouble here.
He gets taunted. Here comes Murmu for the time save. Boydie flies in, knocks down Kurosu to the ground.
Unfortunate for him. Gets a kill onto Boydie, not really on a huge carry. So compared to other kills, there's not a lot of value. But still, a kill is a kill, and it going to Boydie means he'll be having more gold for his tank items. Seems like Rift Herald will be the cost for that, though, for AEX.
This will be AEX losing the Rift Herald because we did see them take down Rift Herald for the first game. Used it not that well, but this time ACA will have a try on.
We'll see if they use it correctly to get like 1 or 2 turrets. Of course, their composition isn't too suited for a Rift Herald push compared to others, like say with a Caitlyn, with a Tristana. We'll see if they can take advantage of its power still, though. We're gonna see. The lane swap is happening. They might go for this Rift Herald in the top lane, but I think they should have full value here. Moraita Boy actually getting the Rift Herald Eye means that he's able to recall much faster, which means he can roam around much more efficiently. I think that's why they gave it to Moraita Boy.
He'll be all over the map.
Yeah, he'll be all over the map. I think the kill participation for Moraita Boy on average on his team is very high compared to his teammates.
Always, majority of the time.
Yeah, because he has the Moby Boots as well here, so really, he is going for that. Seeing the lane swap, just waiting for these turrets to fall. It's just going to be the Permafrost. Actually, at this point, the Permafrost doesn't deal too much damage. It's just there for really a lot of this CC lock is happening, but I don't think the CC lock will be enough against Rift Herald.
Eiko goes over the wall, charms Kurosu, ignited, just let the fire do the work. Eiko picks up a kill, whereas ACA takes down the volley turret. Here comes teleport play.
Have a wave.
Boydie's there, flash and taunt does not connect. Awaken just pulls down.
Sanguine Pool dodges a bullet there. And running away from 4 members, actually leaving the Rift Herald alone there in the bot lane means Cannon might actually solo kill Morita Boy.
Permafrost
Ooh.
still channels in, and the Glacial Prison knockup. That's going to be overkill. Cannon has some grudge against that. You take away the turret. I'm defending. How dare you?
Gets clapped. That lockdown, as I said, definitely powerful. Against another tank, it doesn't deal too much damage, but against someone squishy like Morita Boy, who isn't a carry, the permafrost damage is actually super substantial.
Super huge. I mean, it's the permafrost and the undying proc. That's extra magic damage that deals so much pain, and also the glacial prison is a bit of an overkill.
As overkill, but that is a relatively short cooldown at this point of the game. But that is something that ACA can take note of. Okay, he doesn't have Glacial Prison for, what, a minute. Maybe we can make a play here. We'll see if ACA can do that.
Can they though? I mean, no objectives.
There's no really objectives around. Outer turrets still
something that's
standing,
actually eye-catching. I mean, a Cloud Drake is helpful for heavy macro playstyle, but let's see what happens here.
It will be very bad if they overcommit on
Let's see
this.
who steals it. Oh, ACA steals the Cloud Drake.
I didn't get too excited because it was a Cloud Drake.
Oh, come on. It's the glory. It's the feeling that you steal it. That's just pride. Like, I mean, I bet Sanabla is on a high horse. Like, oh, I stole that Cloud Drake. What are you going to do
It's like
about
a psychological thing. I've always talked about how the mindset.
Oh, come on. That's a
The mindset
steal.
is the
That's
biggest
something.
thing. Yeah, definitely. That is going to help Sinavla rotate around more, have a little bit more mobility. He already has the body slam, so being to rotate around. Plus, it also helps out Morita Boy, who is really much of a roamer. So that small boost of movement speed might actually be substantial at some point in the game. But here, Cannon pushing that top lane after leaving his bot lane behind.
Well, you might say that stealing a Cloud Drake is not of a big deal, but there is a hidden passive when you steal a Drake. You get that confidence
mental boost.
Yeah, the plus 50 confidence is something that ACA needs right now to boost their morale, and here it comes.
Might be
Glacial
trouble.
Prison locks down Morita Boy. He does press out a bit. Morita Boy gets locked down. Here comes Eiko for the charm in onto Murmo. Murmo is very low.
Hey,
Here comes Eiko going for the backline. However, he gets knocked back. Eiko cannot reach Murmo, but he'll be awakened. Going to be in the front line. Boydie backs away. Eiko is still trying to catch some members of AEX down. It's a bit difficult. He didn't have that Spirit Rush yet. He used it too much. He could even chase down Murmo because there's Tamsu and Cannon there. He was very low. He was actually in kill range for Eiko.
Yeah, so close for ACA, but in the end they lose this 1-for-2. AX in the lead for now. They might even get a good push out in terms of the waves. Man, very decisive coming from the team there. But the thing is, it was very messy still.
Yeah.
So much AoE thrown around. And even though the initiation coming from the Glacial Prison was spot on, the follow-up was very, very strange. Let's look at here. As he goes straight onto Morita Boy. I don't think that's a wise decision to go straight only for Morita Boy. If he had saved the Glacial Prison for... Look at this. Luxury and Eiko were right next to each other. That would have been a prime moment to use Glacial Prison. Of course, Tamsu gets a decent ulti here to lock up the 80 carry. But still, if that Glacial Prison went onto the 2 carries of ACA, that would have been a full win for AEX. Still though, very close.
Yeah,
very
a really close call for ACA to win that fight, because we did see that Eiko really went onto Murmo, but Tamsu just invaded him and stole his glory.
Seems like a small loss for ACA there, of course, at this point of the game. 18 minutes. 2K isn't too big. Isn't too big of a deficiency. Or rather of a deficit. So, but it's going to be up to the next team fights. Where are the next objectives? The only thing left, really, is this mid lane turret. And that's where we can expect the next fight to happen. Cannon's already getting in position. Of course, he is under a ward. We'll see if he can go for it. AC has a very solid front line. It's going to be hard to get an uninterrupted Glacial Prison onto one of the carries. So he has to use it, I think, from an unexpected place. But from there, that side is quite warded.
And the unexpected place would be the opposite direction. Like, it will be so unexpected they'll be stunned. Here comes.
This might be it. Actually, no, that's just Zinabla.
Just standing off. I mean, let's see what they have, what they can offer, and AEX will just be the ones to counter it.
Yeah, definitely. Because right now, ACA is going to be playing, should be playing a little more aggressively. Because at this point, AEX is not really. The thing is that Mirmo got so many kills. This should be the place, the point of the game where Mirmo is at his weakest. But because he's 4-0-5, he's actually doing a lot better than Luxuria.
Engage from
Right, the boy.
Cannon. There's the Permafrost. Gets stunned and locked down. But Luxuria will just be calling down more the boy.
This might be just the setup for the turret, but I don't know why Cannon keeps going for the Glacial Prison onto the right boy.
Maybe a grudge. Let's see.
We're seeing how all of that plays out. That is a pretty big cooldown taken away from AEX. But they have the rest of their ultimates ready.
Yes.
Cyan can charge in if they need to.
That's going to be a very aggressive playstyle. Just run it down mid with Tamsu. And when
Yeah.
he dies, it doesn't matter.
He
It
can
just
pull out
sets him up for more damage and potentially a kill.
So ACA needs to be very careful even if they get the kill onto their tank.
Boydie, continuing cannon. The charm will not
Standoff.
connect. Glacial Prison is still on cooldown,
Halfway
down.
through.
Tamsu does have his ultimate ready. Everyone is actually ready to rock, but onto
ACA really aggressively pushing their advantage here in the mid lane because Cannon does not have their long range
Yeah.
initiation just yet.
Luxuria does not have his fate spell yet. Also for Boydie.
I expect Tamsu to ult right around now.
Let's
We
see
will
what
see that
happens.
soon.
He's ready. He is getting. Hear this.
There we
Goal
go.
Coming in. Let's see how it plays out onto Morita Boy instead. He gets singled out. Morita Boy flashes over the wall. Gets saved. However, Cannon will still be going for some kills. Boydie gets singled out. Hero enters away. Leaves Eiko a position to take that awaken. Cannon flashes over that wall. And Murmu trying to go for the black side. Cannot succeed. Tsunami gets knocked back. He does have to lose ult for the help. Murmu leaps away. Rocky jumps in. Dodges the charm. That would be choke.
juicy.
This is choke point. Murmu at the backside. Sees Anava.
Whoa,
Pushes them away to
buster shot.
AEX. That would be clutch. And Murmu with the playstyle with the ultimate. Luxuria goes over the wall. But it'll be Murmu joining in with a rocket jump double kill.
Man, Morita Boy cannot catch a break. He's always the one, always trying to be killed. Of course, he there survived enough to put out a lot of utility, but in the end, because they were cornered, they weren't able to take out and get a pickoff with the charms, with the Ari.
And I think AEX is pretty much happy with that. That choke point, ACA just led themselves towards a
They
trap.
cornered them, and
Yeah.
as soon as they were in range, Buster shot right back into this team. Beautiful coming from Mirmo. 7-0-6. Let's break that down, because what happened here is that Tamsu activates his ult from a distance where ACA cannot react anymore. Of course, he gets onto Morita Boy. Cannot catch a break. The Permafrost, as well as the frontline coming from Cannon, all so good and keeping Mirmo alive. And of course here Awaken falls, but he survived for so long because of Sustain and his Sanguine Pool. And this actually sets up the chase here coming into this jungle, and they have no choice but to go around behind the red buff here. And Mirmo knows it. So as soon as they reach around the bound here, Buster shot back into his team.
That is just teamwork right there displayed by AEX. ACA, they were all over the map, scattered around like a chicken chopped head. And I think from that playstyle, we know that AEX, they have their synchro on point.
Definitely in sync here, and the kills are all going to the right people. Just okay enough of kills onto Tamsu, Awaken, and Cannon, but look at the kill distribution onto Mirmo. It's beautiful. 7-0-6 means that he has already built into a lot of his items, and being able to build a QSS as well while still having more damage than Luxuria is great for the itemization timing.
Does that leave you a bit teary-eyed because it's so beautiful, Atlas?
We'll have to see though, because the Tristana is at her most quote-unquote beautiful in the late game when she has more range than even Caitlyn. It's definitely something that we have to wait for, but with how AEX is playing, I don't know if we'll even reach that point, because they've been playing at such a pace that ACA just keeps getting taken down, and the trades are never in their favor. We're seeing though another.
Oh,
I think
Tamsu.
Tamsu misclicked.
Plan,
I thought he was going
plan
for
B,
it.
recheck. Come back.
Mission abort.
Mission abort. I don't want to commit.
Seems like this is still very scary for ACA though, because at this point Mirmo has enough range to be a substantial threat, as well can
Eiko
get
goes
through
in with the
turrets.
4-belt with a Spirit Rush. He gets Buster Shot back. Murmu dodges the orbs. He flashes back towards support, but Luxuria flashes in for him.
the
Murmu
shields.
gets shielded, but it'll be Luxuria rending him down, and then Sinavla picks up Tamsu.
Where is the rest of the team?
Oh, Awaken. Still trying to confirm opening though. ACA, they know what they're doing. There's a flash in. Sanguine pull, then a Probell proc. Luxuria trying to catch down Awaken,
Wow.
but will fail. Echo is in kill range. Better back away. You're gonna give Awaken maybe a triple. Look at that root down by Sanabla. Oh, a triple by Awaken. He gets stunted under the turret. Knocks back, and that would be a shutdown with Pointy flashing in for Kurosu. Let's see if he'll get another one.
He gets snared, actually. I don't think he can continue to chase. But meanwhile, in the top lane, Cannon's pushing this top lane very, very nicely. He does have the Sunfire Cape as well as the wave clear of the Winter's Wrath. Gets a really nice push onto this turret. And I don't think it's super worth it. But in the end, the thing is, this was like a 3v4 in favor of ACA. But because AEX is quite ahead in terms of Mirmo's itemization, he can just pull out enough damage to chunk them down. And once Awaken, when Awaken gets to the fight, he can just clean up because he's so fast. He has a Storm Raider Surge, and he's so survivable. And here, of course, the corpse of Tamsu does get knocked around a little bit. But of course, they have all their attention onto the dead Tamsu that they don't notice Awaken dealing so much damage here. Already half health, but after getting a good transfusion, back to 75%. And that's how he survived through all this triple kill. Of course, here he gets locked down under turret, gives away a kill, but in the end, I think it's still worth it now in favor of AEX because on top of those 3 kills onto Awaken, they got a top lane turret.
And also they got that good control when it comes to the scaling of ACS composition, because looking at the gold, I think it's catching up pretty well.
Yeah, the thing is though, where is the gold going to? Eiko can go for Mirmo. The 5 kills is substantial on an assassin like Eiko. But if the front line is very solid for AEX, then the 7 kills, 6 assists onto Mirmo might mean more than the 5 kills and 7 assists onto Eiko. Because this is a hyper carry we're talking about. The more gold hyper carry has, the more it's multiplied compared to Eiko. If an assassin gets gold, it's only multiplied up to a certain point until his targets are all too tanky to actually one-shot. And if Mirmo is more ahead than Eiko, then he has the itemization to QSS out of the charm and be able to survive the burst coming from Eiko, which means that Eiko, his lead of 5 kills is nullified, while Mirmo can still push out the damage from a fed Tristana. We'll see how all that plays out here. Cannon will be teleporting.
Oh boy, Clipper coming in. Cannon is there. ACA, you have to think it through. This is a make or break. Baron is at stake here. Maybe probably the game. Tamsu going for maybe a choke point
Really
of
pushing their
Sanabla.
advantage here, pushing them away from the turrets. This puts AEX in a position to get some chip damage onto this mid lane turret. But of course,
Look at it. Oh, look at the long range glacial prison by Cannon. That was surely scary Luxuria. And now the turret is down. AEX playing their cards right. And it goes on to Mirmo. Denies
Wait,
that
what?
rocket jump.
Why was Mirmo there when he knows full well that his rocket jump can be cancelled?
Oh,
Now they don't have
Tamsu.
any damage.
It can go away. The range of Tamsu gets denied. There's the 3-man knockup.
Awaken save
Here
this.
comes Cannon for the engage.
Here comes
Awaken is
Awaken.
there for the second pull. Luxurious free to hit. Denies the approach.
There we go.
Pointy getting it out. Luxuria getting it out by Awaken. That's so much damage coming from that
4v5.
single Vladimir.
I said they didn't have any more damage, but when Awaken arrived in that fight,
Oh,
Blood
boy.
Blazing just gets a 4v5, 2 for 3 in their favor.
This is something that you gotta fear. A late game Vladimir.
Very, very scary. And I don't think Boydie can continue to chase here. Still, the trade not going in their favor. Because here, even if it is technically 4v5, look at this. The lockdown, the AoE that happens allows
Look at
Awaken to get all of this damage for free. There is no one attacking him because he's in the Sanguine pool while still charging up his Tides of Blood, still being able to get his cooldowns off with his transfusions and get a really good Hemo Plague earlier.
Yeah.
So all of this gives him another triple kill and puts his KDA at 8-2 and 8-3 and 2.
Standoff. I don't think that will be breaking down. He's Sanguine pulls.
He's
By
alone.
time, Proto Belt away. Oh, transfusion.
Cannot go for
Not
it.
close.
The thing is, one thing I noticed about Vladimir actually is that for other champions, there's no real indication about their cooldowns, right? For Vladimir, you can actually tell when his transfusion is off cooldown.
Oh,
And there,
Mirmo. So close. So close.
definitely close there. And they knew that they could take down Awaken with him regenerating health because the transfusion bar at the bottom, when you get the blood rush, when that is filled up, one half of it is filled up, that's when the transfusion is off cooldown. We'll see how ACA can take advantage of that kill onto Awaken. Still very dangerous.
Eiko charms Namsu. The Baron is almost down. Murmo is free to hit on the side. Someone noticed Murmo. He's free hitting Sanavla. He goes in with the body slam, flashes over the wall, but Murmo gets cancelled by his rocket jump, and that is going to be good news for ACA.
3 for 2 still, but Awaken now up and running. Can he get the cancel? Seems like the threat of Awaken is enough to actually cancel the Baron. Plus Zinavla's not around. Even with the security of the Rend, being jumped on by Awaken is just too much of a threat. And there, that's the power you were talking about of Tamsu. Even when he's dead, he can still kill. Look at that.
Here it comes.
Yeah, look at this. Zinavla does actually a very, very good job of distracting Mirmu here, because even if people say, oh, why is he focusing the tank? The fact is, if he gets closer, Zinavla will lock him down. So this is like the best target out of a bad situation that Mirmu could have.
Look at
of
that
course,
rocket jump.
the jump gets cancelled, but look at Eiko just getting beaten down by Tamsu, even in death. He can't catch a break. Gets shut down.
When a Saiyan dies, you should not ignore it. That's his basic attack. It's gonna deal percentage
so
health.
Look at Awaken soloing this Infernal Drake. It is the squishiest Drake of the game. So this is easily taken down by Awaken. Infernal Drake onto this composition means that they will not be slacking in damage. Well, ACA, it's still very hard for them to win straight up 5v5s. Even when they try to go for pickoffs, it's still very difficult because their prime target is Mirmo, right? And Mirmo has enough support systems in Tamsu, Cannon being their frontline, and then Korosu being his support. Plus, he can just rocket jump away. It's very hard for Eiko to get the value from his 9 kills, 10 assists. On the other hand, it seems like every kill on AEX gives them so much value, even because this is the point where they have their power spikes. It's not conditional. Eiko is an assassin, so his kill potential is conditional compared to Awaken and Mirmo, who just constantly push out their damage as long as they're positioned right. So it's very difficult for ACA to actually get back into the game here, even with Eiko being so ahead in terms of the kills and assists.
Yeah, it all boils down to how you perform in a team clash, and also that Murmurs has Tristana. That's something that you have to watch out for, especially Awaken. You can't seem to kill Awaken because of the sustain coming from his transfusion.
If you ignore Awaken, Mirmo wrecks you. If you ignore Mirmo, Awaken drains you of your blood. It's very difficult of a choice for ACA because of how their composition is placed. Their only real damage dealer right now is Luxuria. As for Eiko, he's more of a bursty champ right now. But, as I explained earlier, it's so hard to burst anyone down at this point of the game.
Especially when Cannon is pressuring that bot lane, not faltering at all.
This might start the Baron attempt because Luxuria is down there in the bot lane.
Okay, Cannon teleporting in, maybe. Here it comes.
Cannon will try to delay Zinavla and the rest of ACA as much as possible.
Baron is being
Look how fast
grabbed
they
by
take
AEX. It's almost down. Miranda boy can't do anything but watch. Awaken zoning out the members of ACA. Just bursted down Eiko. Cannon is taking a lot of hits with the Ren. Luxuria is trying to position himself, leaving behind Boydie to just die under the... I think AEX just had a feeding frenzy onto Boydie. Like, so much damage Boydie soaked up.
But no, he was in a river. Yeah, it was like a cow in a river full of piranhas there. And this leaves AEX open with a Baron buff.
Oh boy.
With a frontliner and 1 damage carry taken out. This is a free inhibitor for them.
AEX still pretty much healthy. They can take down this inhibitor with no problem. Death timer on Boydie is
they might be going for the Nexus turrets.
Oh, why not?
Yeah, Mirmo is full health.
Mirmo is on Tristana. That's going to take them pretty much quickly. I don't think that's a problem for them. Mirmo is still focusing on the Nexus turret.
They have to cut their slack right now, though. Yeah. ACA, their backs to the wall. They might try to go for something here. Zinavla really looking for it. Is the Cloud Drake going to help them? But both teams have Cloud Drake, so it doesn't matter.
Boydie is going to be live soon, so I think Zinavla is trying to bait out the members of AEX. They have the heroic entrance. Maybe the teleport is up. Heroic entrance not yet up yet. So far, pretty much soon. Tamsu gets charmed by Eiko.
Gets denied.
Gets denied. He does flash over the brush, but Tamsu's effort wasted.
Might go for something, but of course, at this point,
look at
when
damage
you're alone,
he still deals.
He's still able to do damage, but with 5 people wailing on him, he can't really do much because he does get CC a lot.
Still,
with that mid lane inhibitor, it's going to be very difficult for ACA to pay attention to other places in the map. And here, AEX should be free to push down this bot lane. They can go for top lane, but it's too far from them right now. So right now, they're going to build their bot lane wave. We're seeing how all of that plays out, how ACA responds to this, because this is a looming threat. Inevitably, AEX will reach that bot lane with their Baroned up minions, and they will destroy it. It's like literally a 10 health right now, and Mirmo, once he gets some alone time with that turret, is going to explode.
And also, when you see Mermu on that turret, expect that it's not...
It's going to fall fast.
No, you have this false security that, hey, we have this turret, we can siege them. But when you see Mermu, like, oh, it's gone in like flat 3 seconds.
It's just so effective here. Mirmo's itemization, he has the static shiv. So of course this gives him wave clear with the minions.
Double
Kinetic item here, going for the static shiv and a rapid fire cannon. Just longer range, lots of wave clear as well.
And higher crit chance.
A higher crit chance and attack speed that's further compounded by the rapid fire. Means that it's going to be very scary if Mirmo is able to free hit. And with Thompson and Cannon leading the charge and Awaken distracting ACA, that's going to be very easy to achieve.
And now with the Baron in the hands of AEX, they're seeking to end this game in their favor. But ACA knows what's at stake.
They are defending this bot lane very dauntlessly. 2
control wards.
Let's see how all of it just culminates here, because this is a ticking time bomb right now. Elder Drake gonna spawn soon. ACA cannot contest it, so they have to like make a play here, make a desperate play, and AEX has so many tools to just keep the ball on their side.
Yes. For Tamsu, he's trying his best to just draw some attention to himself and giving his teammates that opening to take down those turrets, because at this point of the game, it's all about taking down that Nexus. And I think AEX, they have Mermo on that Tristana. That is more than enough.
The attack speed, all that damage onto the structures will be enough. Explosive shot. All of this is just way too scary for AC. I don't think they can defend even under turret. They have to make a play once Mirmo gets onto something. Of course, I think the Baron buff will be decaying right around now. But the Infernal, rather the Elder Drake will be up very, very soon, and that's something that they cannot ignore. If AEX get this, they can easily force a fight in any of these lanes and then win the game from that.
Yeah, they have Mermo on the Tristana. That is just scary, and I don't think this Elder is going to survive long.
Cannon does have the teleport.
So Nava's making his way in. Boydie's holding out members. Kurosu spots them. Boydie goes in for the problem taunt.
Have to dance around his rig.
Let's see. Mermo is still sticking to them.
Look
So
at
Nava
Zenalva.
taking a lot of damage from the Elder itself. The Elder just loves Zenalva. Here comes the teleport. Cannon's there. Glacier Prince up for grabs. Awaken is going in with a ghost. Down to Echo. There's the dive by Mermo. Free hitting, but Awaken will be taking a spotlight. He's taking so much damage, dealing that double kill and the Sanguine pull to chase away Zenalva and Morai the boy.
Seems like, look at Mirmo just dealing so much damage. Look at him dive in.
Channeling his rocket jump one after another, getting the resets, but Zenalva cuts Kurosu's spree just short, and
he flashes.
He flashes for that. Why not? That would be an ace and a guaranteed victory for AEX.
But I don't think Zenalva can defend alone. I think they will just have to finish this game immediately. Canceling the port from Zenalva means that this is some alone time with the turret for Cannon and Tamsu. I think this is the game. All of these death timers are too long to actually defend this against 4 members plus a Tristana. And it's going to be game 2 for AEX.
Wow, AEX, the ex-champions of the Rampage 2016 and the pride of Iloilo, securing the victory with a 2-0 against ACA.
Wow, very, very decisive victory coming from AEX, and how they just constantly played the composition to their advantage. They know that, okay, Mirmo's ahead now. We can just go straight for these mid lane to these late game fights, because the weakness of Tristana has just been erased because of how ACA played that.
It's the same situation we saw in game 1. Deja vu.
And I really like how Tamsu played that as well, being such an aggressive ganker. I think there should have been Eurobeat playing every time that he was ganking with his ultimate. Definitely decisive, ending him with so much kill participation. They have 20, that's so many kills.
And I think from the end game stats, it speaks for itself. And looking at the damage dealt, again, Awaken and Mermo neck and neck in terms of damage.
course, Eiko also dealt a lot of damage, but it's not enough to close out any of his important kills. That's the weakness of an assassin scaling into late game, cannot finish off these kills with one hit.
Yes, and we've been talking about Murmur, how he's been playing exceptionally well, entering the summer split of the Bacchus Pro Gaming Series 2017. I mean, this is something that we have to hear from himself with this post-match interview. Take it away, Arctic.
What's up, ladies and gents? So, kasama ko nga ngayon ang AD Carry, superstar AD Carry ng Acclaim Empire X na si Mirmo. So, Mirmo, congratulations nga pala. So, my biggest question is, anong factor ang tingin mong nakakontribute sa dominating win nyo against ACA 2-0?
So, for me, it's not really dominating kasi medyo nahirapan din kami. We close out yung game. Pero sa tingin ko yung big factor na kaya medyo naging dominating for you or for the viewers. Siguro yung open na pick ni Awaken, which is Vlad. So, yun talaga yung parang isa sa main champs niya na nagke-carry sa mid lane. Saka, pwede na rin sabihin yung first game na-open yung Kalista, which is my favorite. So,
Ayan. So, yeah, I mean, you guys did really well regardless. Pero, ang isa ko pang napansin kasi is you're actually working with a new support. So, how does it feel working with a different support instead of Vanguard? Tapos, how does it affect the team in general?
So, for me, para sa akin, I can play naman kahit sinong support. As long as meron kaming synergy between us. Na-work naman namin yun within 2 weeks or 1 week of practice. Tapos, sa pagbago ng team, I guess, si Korusu medyo mas vocal siya. So, doon medyo naging maganda yung result.
I see. Actually, very impressive performance nga ng duo nyo kanina. Pero, the biggest question, of course, how does it feel that you're one step closer to making it to the playoffs?
Siyempre, masaya kami. Goal talaga namin is to go to Rampage. And siyempre, gusto ko rin ma-meet yung mga teammates ko sa Iloilo kasi hindi ko pa sila na-meet personally. So,
yeah, okay. So, congratulations ulit, Mirmo. Really great job. Going 2-0 again for our second matchup of the day. Of course, when we get back, we will be going into our third matchup between TNC as well as Team Manila Eagles. Of course, what happens later on, we'll just have to see. Of course, this is the Bacchus Pro Gaming Series. Drive your energy. We'll be right back.
In a week, that is beautiful.
And Corosso might be in a little trouble here.
He gets caught there. Here comes Murmu for the touch save. Boydie flies in, knocks down Corosso to the ground, boosts them around, and here comes Laser Prison. Knocks down Morantibor. He does press out a bit. Morantibor gets locked down. Here comes Eiko for the charm in onto Murmu. Murmu is very low. Here comes Eiko going for the back line. However, gets knocked back. Eiko cannot reach Murmu, but he'll be awakened. Going to be in the front line. Boydie backs away. Eiko is still trying to catch some members of Indian. He's ready. He is ready. Here it is.
There we go.
In. Let's see how it plays out onto Morantibor instead. He gets singled out. Morantibor flashes over the wall. Let's see. However, Cannon is still going for some kills. Boydie gets singled out. Heroes enters the way. Gives Eiko a position to take that Awaken. Cannon flashes over that wall. And Murmu trying to go for the black side. Cannot succeed. Tsunabo gets knocked back. He does have to lose. Go for the help. Murmu leads away. Rocky Dutch in. Dodge is the charm. That would be choke.
Juicy.
This is choke point. Murmu on the backside. Sees another. Pushes them away to AEX. That would be clutch. And Murmu with the playstyle, with the ultimate Luxuria goes over the wall. But it'll be Murmu turning in with a back towards support. But Luxuria flashes in for him. Murmu gets shielded, but it'll be Luxuria rending him down. And then Tsunabo picks up Pamzu.
There's the rest of the team.
Oh, Awaken. Tonight for opening, so ACA doesn't know what to do with. There's a flash in, Simon full, then a pro about Proc. Luxuria trying to catch that Awaken, but it will fail. Eiko is in kill range. They're back away. You're gonna get Awaken, maybe a triple. Look at Awaken is there for the silent pool. Luxuria is free to hit, then nicely approach.
There we go.
taken out. Luxuria gets taken out by Awaken. That's so much damage coming from that single planet. Murmo is free to hit on the side. Someone noticed Murmo. He's free hitting Sanava. He goes in with the body slam, flashes over the wall, but Murmo gets cancelled by his rocket jump, and that is going to be good news for ACA.
3 for 2 still.
Can't do anything but watch. Awaken zoning out the members of ACA. Just bursted down Echo. Garena is taking a lot of hits with the red. Luxuria is trying to position himself, leaving behind Boydie to just die. I think Murmo is still sticking to them. Zanalva taking a lot of damage from the Elder itself. The Elder just loves Zanalva. Here comes the teleport. Cannon's there. Leisure Prince up for grabs. Awaken is going in with a ghost. To a ghost. There's the dive by Murmo. Free hitting, but Awaken will be taking a spotlight. He's taking so much damage, dealing that double kill and the salmon pull to chase away Zanalva and Miranda.
Like, look at Murmo just dealing so much damage. Oh, look at him dive in.
Channeling his rocket jump one after another, getting the resets, but Zanalva touch corrosive speed. Destroy and
he flashes
for that. Why not? That would be an ace.
All of these death members are too long to actually defend this against 4 members plus a Tristana, and it's gonna be game 2 for AEX.
Wow, AEX, the ex-champions of the Rampage 2016, the pride of Iloilo.